Hey guys, it's Ashley here. I saw this gorgeous picture using our new Chelsea You Later and the Moscow or Never to make a half moon layered mani. So I'm going to show you today how to do that. So here's what the final result looks like, and this is what we're aiming for. And I'm going to show you two different methods on how to achieve this look. So here we go. Okay, so here's what you're gonna need. You're gonna want to have a 5/8 inch circle punch. I personally like using scissors just because I find it a little easier to use. And you're gonna want two complementary colors. So I'm using the new fall Chelsea You Later glitter, and I'm using the Moscow or Never. I believe this was spring collection 2020. So Moscow or Never and Chelsea You Later. But all that you really need is two colors that complement each other. This is going to be my base color, and Chelsea You Later is going to be my top color. So we're going to use a 5/8 inch circle punch for both techniques, and then I'm going to use my scissors just because that's easy for me. All right, so let's get started. So first step is obviously using your prep pad, washing your hands really good, and then taking your prep pad and prepping all of your nails. This is important no matter what you are doing on your nails. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the tops of my fingers and then also the pads of my fingers because we are going to be touching the nail strips. So there are two ways to do this, and I'm gonna show you the method that I personally think is gonna work best. So the first way is going to be to layer your bottom layer on your nails, or I would say your contrasting color. So Chelsea You Later is my main color and this is my contrasting color. So the way I'm going to do it today is I'm going to put the contrasting color on all of my nails, and then I'm going to punch out a moon shape on my main color, and I'm going to put that over it to where the underside is going to peek through. The second way you can do this is you can do your main color first, and then you can punch out just a little piece of this one and put that on top of it. So where the moon, you see the moon of my thumbnail here, so you would just punch out a small moon shape and put it there. I personally feel like that's going to be a harder way to do it, but you are going to preserve a lot more of your nail strips. I think having a double layer is smart anyway. You're going to have a lot longer of a manicure. So I'm just going to double layer. So I'm going to start with my Moscow or Never first. So I've pulled out the Moscow or Never that I know I'm going to need. At this point, I kind of know what strips I need for what. So, and then I have resealed my remaining. Okay, so let me put these on really quick. All right, so step 2. So you see I have Moscow or Never on everything except my thumbs because I'm a believer that you should do your thumbs last because you use them as tools. So I'm going to put that to the side. I'm going to put my other thumbs to the side, and I'm going to work with just these. So I did forget to mention that I'm going to use sticky notes here. You know, anytime I use a punch, I'm going to use the sticky note method to make it easier on my life. So I'm just going to take a sticky note and we're going to use that. So if you haven't seen my sticky note method, all it really is, it's a place to place your nail strip to stabilize it. This can make it easy for putting through punches. It also can make it easy if you're doing a complicated design work. I recommend to do it on the nail backing, the base nail set, and then layer your strips on it and then apply it to the nail itself. Today we're just using it just for the punch purpose. So we're going to go ahead and take this off. For most of my nails, except maybe this one, which is a longer nail bed, I'm probably going to be able to get 2 out of 1. So what I'm going to do for those that I know for a fact I'm going to be able to get 2 is I'm going to go ahead and fold it in half and cut it. You don't have to do this. You can just start with 1, but we are going to be taking it off the backing to apply it. So this would be the base part of the nail, okay? So the rounded part is going to be the base, and this is going to be the tip here. So I'm going to want to make sure that we are working with the base. So I'm going to put the tip on the sticky note. It still has the white backing on it, and we're going to feed it through our punch. So what we're looking for here is we just want a simple little moon shape just to show the Moscow or Never through it. So I'm just going to do a really, really small punch like so to get that moon shape. Now, if you wanted to do the opposite, where you layer the Chelsea later first, and then the Moscow or Never, the moon shape on top of it, you would do the same thing. You would just punch out this, and you would use that moon shape tip. We're doing the opposite. We're laying Chelsea or later over it. So I'm going to go ahead and punch. And this is what we're going to layer over here. Now I'll show you with the other one in case you want to try the other technique. The other technique, you're dealing with such a small little piece here, and while you can do that, and I recommend using the tip of your cuticle stick to get it off the backing, you would then just layer this at the edge, which would be easier if it was sticky, but I'll show you. So you'd be kind of layering it like this, but you would use your wooden cuticle stick to kind of place it where you wanted it to be. But that's how you would do this one, and then you would layer Clear as Day over it. I'm not doing that because I feel like it's going to be a little harder, and I feel like this is going to give me better stability anyway. So now we've got our punch. I'm going to take my wooden cuticle stick, and I'm just going to get it off the backing here. So usually this cuticle stick, see how that came up pretty easy? It usually does come up pretty easy. Sometimes you do have to fumble with it. So I'm going to take this, and I'm actually going to push that onto the stick to get the rest off the backing. That's less that you're touching it with your fingers, which is always a good thing, but it also gives you really nice precision. So I'm going to go up to about there. I'm going to kind of lay it down a little bit. So if you see, my tip of my pinky is actually a little too long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and press this part down pretty good. You can use your cuticle stick if you have a rubber one, which is lost on my desk somewhere. But you can use the wooden one. You just kind of press down here where this part is really smooth. And then you can very lightly stretch this. Now, this takes practice. It stretches a little bit better with glitters. Solids are a lot more fragile, but you can stretch it. This does take kind of practice. So I'm just lightly stretching it till I know that it's going to go over that tip, like that. And then I'm going to smooth it the rest of the way down. I actually didn't quite make it to the tip, but I'm probably going to, these are really long, so I'm probably going to actually cut a little bit off and make it square. Okay, so now I'm just doing my normal thing along the base, finger down the center, and then I'm going to smooth side to side. And I'm going to wrap that excess around my pinky. So why do I wrap the excess? This is something that I just personally do, honestly. I like to cut strips in half when I'm doing it, and if you'll notice, all of my Moscow are wrapped. Unlike people, I don't like going, some people will say wrap and then go to sleep. I personally don't like doing that. I toss a lot, and I'm actually going to mess up my nails more if they have that because I'll peel it up. But what I do like to do is I like to leave it on there for about 10 minutes, and then I like to file the excess off. But it does give it a little bit of time to cure, and it also, solids tend to shrink a little bit, so it allows that shrinkage process to start, and then you're getting less. But that is the technique that we're going for. So just a little peekaboo manicure, basically, but I'm doing a half moon instead of, a peekaboo would be where you just brought the strip forward like that, and you just have the underside peeking through it. So this is kind of more like a moon peekaboo. So that's the technique we're going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and do it over here. So on this one, you still have the tab. I'm just going to punch through the tab. If it's hard to see where that corner is, you could always just pull just this part off of it like that, so you can see where the edge is. Here is a close-up of the final results. I went ahead and filed them down, finished the technique. It does look a little silvery on the camera, at least for what I'm seeing, but Chelsea is more of a champagne color. I really, really love the effects of this. This is so pretty. This would look really neat with some bright colors too. I think any kind of contrasting color is great. I think it works really well that the Moscow or Never is a shimmer, or a solid would look pretty with the glitter over top, but it would look really pretty reversed with the glitter on the bottom and a solid on top. So just kind of play around with it. I'm really feel like they look super elegant. It was fairly easy to do. I think this is a great beginner using a punch as well and using the sticky note technique to really help you out to do that. But big fan here, really like it. If you end up trying this technique, I'd love to see it. You can feel free to post it on my VIP page, which link to everything is down below always. You can send it to me VIP page. You can send me a message, shoot me an email. I just really love to see what you guys end up doing with this, because it not only do I just really like seeing different nail fees and people, you know, taking information and creating new things with it, but it also a lot of times will give me some really great inspiration. Also, if there is something you'd like to see me do, that you have a picture of something that someone else did and you're not sure how they did it, shoot that picture to me. I'd be happy to make a video out of it. I take recommendations all the time in my VIP group, and this was actually one of them. I shared a picture of this and I had multiple requests to do a video showing how to do it, and I just honestly really liked it and wanted to do it anyway. So that's this video. I hope that was helpful to you. If you need anything, you know how to contact me. You know, all my links are below. Subscription buttons over this way if you'd like to see more videos. And again, my name is Ashley, and go out there and be creative.